All right, so the other day we went to try and find La Lobera. Now, La Lobera is a sea cave where there are a bunch of sea lions. The roof of the sea cave collapsed some time ago, and so now you could drive up to it and you can look into the sea cave and you can see the cave and the sea lions, and it looked pretty interesting. So I said to Angela, let's go check it out. And she thought, well, how do we get there? And I said, well, you got to kind of leave the pavement.
So we left the pavement into the great unknown. I had no idea what was coming, and neither did Michael.
No, not really. But I figured it was going to be dirt. There might have been sand. There might have been stones. I mean, we had just done, you got to recall, 68 kilometers of nasty road going to and from Mike's Sky Ranch. And so we survived it. Not necessarily happily, but we did survive it. And so this was only going to be 5 kilometers. How bad could it be?
It was bad. It was really tough. It was a different kind of tough than the sand. Sand was a lot of, all of a sudden the back end of the bike goes out and you're down. With the ride that we did to La Lobera, there was a lot of rocks. It was narrow. My bags were sometimes scraping the side of, I don't know, rocks and whatever. So my scare was this time, if when I fall, I'm falling in rocks. Sand, I didn't hurt myself. I was lucky. I'm bruised, but I didn't hurt myself. But with this ride, it was really rocky.
And it was twisty. It was it almost was like a river bed
Yeah.
going through the rocks. And so we were riding on a lot of larger rocks too.
Large rocks, washout grooves. All of a sudden, there'd be, 10 feet of really soft sand. It was challenging.
It wasn't flat, as you can see from the video we're watching now. It definitely wasn't flat, so it was important to pick your line. Some lines were better than others.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I thought this riding was easier than the road to Mike's Sky Ranch. Different, but I thought generally easier because there wasn't a lot of sand. And the sand I thought was the biggest challenge, at least for me. What about you?
Yes and no. The sand was hard because I fell in it so many times. It was really hard to keep control. With this ride, I was challenging in a different way because we swapped out our tires. We had really fairly aggressive, knobby tires. I think they're 50-50 tires, so 50 on-road, 50 off-road, that might have handled this a lot better. But we swapped out those tires knowing that we were going to be on pavement a lot more. So I had to kind of remind myself afterwards going, I am making the best of the situation with what I have. I hadn't thought that at the time. I was really, really annoyed while I was riding this road because here we are again. We don't know where we're going. We've taken a wrong turn. We've ended up at the wrong place. It was a pretty beach, but it was the wrong place.
Yeah, but we didn't know that at the time. We were expecting to get to we didn't actually show up at La Lobera. We took the wrong turn.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. Going until we got to the end, we didn't know we were on the wrong road.
So what has happened now is because this has happened twice, where it's just like, well, let's just go down this road and see what happens. I have realized that that's beyond my ability. If I don't know what's coming and I'm not physically able to do some of this, I don't want to fall over that many times. So it's kind of put me in a position where not my back's against the wall, but where I'll be more likely to say, no, don't want to do it. Go ahead. I'll wait in the road for you. Go have fun. So.
And yes, I have given you veto power. So, and you exercised it today.
I did.
If I want to go see something and you decide you don't want to go see it because you don't like the road, then we don't do the road.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, and I guess you'll see what kind of roads we end up doing. So here's where we did end up on the day that we couldn't find La Lobera. And here is what La Lobera actually looks like. We had friends take us the next day on their big jacked up pickup truck, and they knew exactly the road to take. They took the left fork where we took the right fork, and we did end up getting to see La Lobera.